Hello, I'm right. I've invested and helped people invest over 300 million into the Nigerian real estate market. And today, I'm going to be talking to you about the most important thing in life. Like, very, very important. It's goal setting, how to set goals. Now, no matter where you are or where you're going to, you need to be clear on how you want your life to look like. You need to be clear on what you want to, how you want to see yourself in the next 5 years, 10 years. As they say that no matter like the best sniper cannot shoot a target he doesn't know. So you need to be clear what your target is so you can be able to shoot it. I'm going to be giving you 7 tips. 7 tips on how to set effective goals. Effective goal setting. 7 tips on effective goal setting. Number 1, you need to set clear goals. Your goals should not be vague. Usually when you meet people and you talk to them about goal setting, they'll tell you, oh, what's your goal? To be happy in life. It's too vague. How do you measure happiness? So your goal has to be very clear and easily measured. My goal is to make 10 million naira this month. How? My goal is to make 10 million naira from my business this month. My goal is to make 10 million naira from my business as gross profit. So the clearer the goal, the better. So you have to make sure that your goal is as clear as possible, that even a 3-year-old will be able to understand it, the 5-year-old will understand it and be able to check you on the goal. So, okay, have you gotten there yet? Your goal has to be very clear. Second tip has to be you need to write your goals down. A goal that is not written down is not a goal at all. So if your goal is not written, you don't have a goal. There's nothing like it's in my head. No. You have to write it down. Usually what I do, I write it down somewhere I can always see it. You have to write it as frequent as possible. Write it, rewrite it, write it as frequent as you can. You can also, I also do where I put the goal as my screensaver on my phone. So whenever I check my phone, I see my goal, I remember, okay, this is what I'm trying to accomplish within a time frame. So there must be a time frame. Write it down. There should be a time frame. It should not be, oh, I want to make 10 million naira. When? From when to when? There should be a time frame. You should write it down. Then number 3 tip should be your goal has to be audacious. Don't set small goals. Don't set small goals. Set big, audacious goals. That's how you grow. Especially if you're trying to push yourself. You're trying to accomplish more than you can ever think of. Push yourself. Set big goals. Set audacious goals. Usually when you do that, you have no idea how to accomplish it. You're looking like, how do I want to achieve this big thing? But what I've noticed is once you set an audacious goal, you write it down, you start getting automatic response from your brain. Your subconscious mind start giving you ideas, before you know, you're like, oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do this. Before you know, you figure it out. I remember the first time I wrote, I want to make 1 billion naira. The zeros were plenty. I was like, God, how do I want to make 1 billion? It looks so ridiculous. Like I was making fun of myself, because where I was then, if you look at me at 1 billion, we're far. We're not even close. But now I'm looking at 1 billion and I'm like, yeah, I think I can make 10. I can make 10, 20. So the more you start using this audacious goal setting formula, it starts pushing you to actually push the boundary and set more and more audacious goals. Number 4 tip, the next thing you do once you're clear on your goal, you've written it down, it's audacious, is to break it down. You want to take your goal from being a goal to a plan. If it's still a goal, it's more like wishful thinking. You need to move it from a goal to a plan. So how do you do that? You break it down. You make a yearly goal. This year, this is what I want to accomplish. From your yearly goal, you make a monthly goal. This month, I'm accomplishing this. Next month is what I'm accomplishing. Next 2 months, next 3 months. From monthly goal, you move it down to weekly. This week, this is what I want to accomplish. Next week, but everything is pointing towards your goals. In this goal, this smaller part, this is what I want to accomplish. Then for your weekly goal, you break it down to daily goal. So every day you have what you do every day. It's already a plan. That today is what I'm going to do. When I'm done with this, tomorrow I'll do this. When I'm done with this, next month I'll do this. So you have to be clear on what you do on daily, monthly, weekly, yearly. So that way your goal will move from a goal to a plan. Number 5, make a list. You have to list the things you want to do every day. Make a list every day, make a list. Work from a list. Don't just wake up in the morning and just go about doing things. Work from a list. In fact, just by making a list, you become 40% productive for that day. Your productivity level increased by 40%. Do you know how many days you'll be able to save yourself at that increased productivity? You can save yourself like a whole year. Usually you see people who start working on a goal, they achieve so much in a month than they've achieved in years. They will achieve that in a month. It works like magic. So make a list every day. You wake up in the morning or the night before you sleep, you make a list so your mind starts thinking of ways you can accomplish the goals you have for the next day. So every morning you have a goal, you have a set. And another thing with making a list, it gives you a sense of accomplishment. When you check things off from a list, you know you are going towards your goal. You are celebrating your small wins. You are achieving something. Every time you get this endorphin boost in your brain that rewards you for accomplishing a goal. Every goal you accomplish, every task you finish and you check off, you get rewarded by your brain that, okay, yeah, you are doing well. So another thing, tip number 6 is use 80-20 rule. 80-20 rule is called the Pareto principle. It states that, at least in this context, 20% of the things you do is responsible for 80% of the results. While 80% of the things you do are responsible for 20% of the result. Let me explain. It means if you have 10 things to do in a day, only two in that 10 will give you the most result, which is 80% of the result. Now your job is to focus on the important few and not the trivial many. So you need to locate on your list, your daily list, what are the important 2-3 things that only you can do. How do you even know the important ones? It's usually the thing that only you and only you can do. If you don't do it, no other person can. Now, what do you now do with the remaining 80%? Because usually some of them are a little bit important and necessary. Delegate. Delegate as much as possible. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to go downstairs to wash your car. You don't have to go and polish your shoe. I see a lot of people do that. They do all the menial jobs in their life. They wash clothes, they cook, they clean their shoes, they wash the car. They do all the menial jobs. They spend hours doing menial job. When the main thing, like some people's job are so important that if they do it well, they can make up to 2, 4, 5 million a year. But they have the amount of time they are supposed to use to doing their job, they use it in doing menial tasks. You are the one that will go and buy something in a bus stop. You are the one that will go and do this one, do that one. When you can easily delegate someone and pay them 30k a month or 50k a month to do all those jobs. Very important. Delegate. The 80% of things that are not that important, you have to delegate as much as possible to free up time so you can focus on the important thing. Now, the final and most important tip is you need to apply patience and gratitude. Patience and gratitude, especially if you are working on an audacious goal. Usually when you set a goal that is just straight up ridiculous, you don't achieve it. But here's the thing, you would have gone further, way ahead than if you had set a realistic goal. I think it was Elon Musk who made that statement that try to accomplish your 10-year goal in a year. Now, usually you will fail, but at the end of the day, you would have gone a lot further than someone who tried to accomplish it in 10 years. So you need to exercise ridiculous amount of patience when you are setting goals. You know, okay, this thing is a big thing. I might not achieve it in a year, but I would have gone far, and then you are grateful for what you have. You need to apply gratitude every morning. You need to write down things you're grateful for, especially if you're not feeling particularly excited or happy. Write down all the things you're grateful for. Write it down. I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. At the end of it, you realize that a lot of things you should be happy for. You need to celebrate your small wins. Small wins, you were able to accomplish this goal. You met your monthly goal. Take yourself out. Oh, you just finished a task. Usually, like your daily tasks, when you're having issues, set a reward. Like, okay, once I'm done with this hard task, I would go and have a drink. I'll buy you a favorite drink, you have it. Once I'm done with this big tax, I'll go and do this. Especially for the 20% of the tax that are most important. Just do those 2, 3, 4 things in a day that are the most important that only you can do, and then you are good to go. So you need to apply gratitude and a lot of patience. Rome was not built in a day. It takes time. For any significant accomplishment, it takes time. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any question, comment. You can comment down below your question, like, share with your friends. You have friends that need to hear this, need to know how to set goals, share with your friends. Then if you want to have a conversation with me, if you're watching this on YouTube, there'll be a link down below where you can book a call with me, where we can talk one-on-one on real estate, business, and life generally. So you can book a call down below. My name is Bright. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.